reconnect with our peace, make time for things that you used to like to do. Because we do lose ourselves.
Welcome to More Than an Inmate's Girlfriend. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have been enjoying the season so far. I know I certainly have. We've recently completed a few calls with some future guests, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I think you're really going to like it. Before we get into this week's episode, I wanted to kind of forewarn you that I was really struggling at this point in my life when I interviewed her. There was a lot going on. My stress levels were very much out of the ordinary. And when AJ was editing this episode, she reached out to me and she was like, wow, like I can really tell you're on the edge of a breakdown during this interview. So I don't know if it's noticeable to like people who don't know me super well, but I wanted to give you that kind of warning that the stresses of being separated from my husband, the stresses of not being able to see him was also weighing on me at this point during the interview. So I had a lot going on in the background while I was recording this. For those of you that have been kind of following along, Nick, my husband, has put in a civil lawsuit, and we do have a injunction hearing on October 23rd. So please pray for us. October 23rd is when we will be able to find out if they can lift the restrictions on me until this plays out in court. So basically Nick is asking the judge to review the file, I guess, or talk to the defendants about why I'm being classified as a threat, and if it's suitable enough proof that they can continue withholding me from the prison while this lawsuit gets figured out. So that's what Nick is working on right now. We are so hopeful that on October 23rd we will have more answers and that it'll finally go our way. I keep reminding myself that everything happens for a reason and that I have to have faith in the process, but it is not easy and it breaks me down a lot and makes me question a lot of things, and I've developed a lot of anxiety that I've never experienced before, a lot of feelings that I've never experienced before. So I'm working through it and I'm trying to rebuild and do better and be better for myself so I can show up better. I think I've really let go a lot this year. I don't feel right. I don't feel good. I don't feel like I'm taking care of myself enough. So I'm working on that currently and trying to get that sorted so that I can be better and can do better, and then share with you guys how I did it, because I know a lot of people that are in similar situations to me and it really damages your mental health and it's really hard to get through. So I'm working on it, and I know perspective is everything, and I do remind myself that I have a lot of blessings and that there are a lot of people that don't have the blessings that I have. So I have to be grateful for what I do have, but I also am trying to document and learn this journey so that I can share with everyone else how I got through it. Part of it is definitely working on this podcast and trying to share with the world other people's stories around incarceration. So that's what we're doing. So this week's episode is kind of revolving around business. It's actually a good topic. Shai is the person we're interviewing, and she is just so motivated and so ambitious, and I just love her energy. And we had a great interview talking about what it's like to juggle your own business and juggle your husband's business who's incarcerated, or their goals and dreams and how that works. And she does a really good job of trying to explain how she manages it and how she manages to still keep her alive. I will let you listen to Shai's episode. Before that, just remember, again, please like the show, follow the show, share the show. You know the gist. Thank you so much for the support, continued support. AJ and I so appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy the episode. So So welcome, Shai. I'm so excited to have you today.
So excited to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be great. My husband is so excited about this topic specifically. So I think it's going to be really interesting for a lot of people because we're definitely not the only ones who have husbands that are like that.
Definitely not.
So talk to me before you met him. What were you like? Where were you at in dating? Had you dated someone who was incarcerated?
Oh, so I definitely just got out of a relationship. It was a toxic relationship. But I always been independent. I felt like I had to have it all handled on my own. I was a risk taker. I went for things I wanted without second guessing. I had to be strong at an early age. I've been through so much, and I learned how to survive and boss up and protect my peace.
I love that. And were you looking for a man when you met him?
To be honest, I wasn't really actively looking or dating after my relationship. It was probably a couple of months in between. I told myself I was going to focus on myself, my goals, my growth, and getting my life together where I want it to be. Yeah.
It's crazy because so many people that I interview and so many people that I've met this past couple of years say I was focusing on myself. I was on my own healing journey. I was learning like how to love myself. And then I met this man and now he's my person. It is so common.
Yes, it is. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's to destroy the peace of the healing journey or to make it better. But in this case, it has definitely made it better, I would say.
What kind of man were you looking for?
I would say I wanted someone real, someone that was emotionally mature, consistent, and protective. I needed someone who could handle me being independent and strong without feeling insecure about it. Someone who saw the spoiled soft side of me and knew how to love me.
Obviously, then you met him. So tell us the story about how you guys met.
Oh, my gosh. So my godfather, he's also incarcerated. He was in Miami-Dade first, but he got shipped to Lottie, Florida. Okay. He was there for 6 years. AB, my husband, he just came from somewhere in Tallahassee. He was there for 3 years, so they've been knowing each other for years. My godmother, she has this phobia of driving on the highway by herself, so I went with her. I haven't been in the facilities for years because my sister also dealt with people in the penitentiary. When I got there, worked at the chapel, which was across from visitation, and he worked in front of a window. You could see everything. My godfather never get visitation, so he's trying to see why he's at visitation. Who's there to visit him? He's being nosy. Then that's when he said he saw me and then he wanted to talk with me, but my godfather knew him more than any of us. So you need to get yourself together. He was going through a divorce with his ex-wife. He was like, until you get that situated, man, I can't put you down with my goddaughter. So a whole year later, my godmother was like, oh, someone at visitation sees. I was like, visitation? We haven't been there in a year. She pushed the phone on me. I'm talking junk while he on the phone. I don't want to talk to this man. I don't want to do this. I'm like, I don't know. And he hearing all of this conversation. I ended up getting his DC number. It took me 2 months to text him. Then we was emailing back and forth. And then we ended up getting on the phone. And now we're here.
Yeah. What happened in those 2 months? Did you forget about him, or what made you make it that commitment?
Like I said, I was focusing on myself, and I was really trying to get my business up and running. I'm a teacher, and I work with ESE, nonverbal behavior kids. These are the bottom of the bottom kids. They punch, they spit, all that. So my environment was so toxic. I didn't have time to be dealing with somebody that was in prison. I'm like, oh, no. Then I really got bored one day. It was like, I'm going to just go ahead and just text this man. Let me see what he's talking about.
Was it right away? Were you hooked right away? Did you guys connect a different level immediately, or was it a friendship first?
We connected. I'm just such a love girl. I fall in love quick. Like, I'm a person real quick. If, like, you talk the right things that I like and we share the same common things, I'm hooked. And it's just been like that ever since.
Did you care that he was incarcerated?
No, I didn't.
Interesting. What would you say, is there a reason why it didn't bother you? I feel like that's so uncommon for people to be like.
Because when I first had my first conversation with him, I just let my guards down and I just let him talk, because you have to give, I always say you trust a person until they give you a reason not to. You can't be going in judging. So I let my guards down and I just let him talk. Then with everything he was saying, it just, everything went out the window. I understood. People don't know what people are going through until they hear about it or experience it. That's why a lot of people be judging people because they never went through it. They just see what they see on TV or hear from others. But once you're in that position, once you're in that spot, it's like your whole perspective changed. And that's what happened.
Wow. Yeah. We're not going to talk about his charge, but I am curious, did you look it up before you talked to him?
I surely did. I surely did.
Okay.
I didn't even know what the man looked like. His voice sounded way different than what he looked like.
Oh, really?
When I looked him up, I seen his picture. The picture was from 6 years ago, and I'm like, oh, no, he wasn't even my type. I'm like, oh, yeah, this not going to work. Then I seen his charges, and I went to the police report. I did all the investigation, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. But, yeah, he doesn't like when I talk about his charges. He just feels like he doesn't want people to use that to define who he is as a person before getting to know him. I got to know him as a person before I even looked up the story. I knew what he was in there for, but I ended up liking him before I knew the story.
Oh, okay. So you gave him the benefit of the doubt initially.
I definitely did.
What would you say was the most challenging about being with someone who is incarcerated at the beginning? What did you find the hardest to adjust to?
That's a good question. The most challenging, I would say, is not being able to have that presence. That lack of presence is definitely challenging.
Yeah.
Other than that's about it, because like I said, I was by myself before, and
it's relatively pretty easy. Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
So let's get into the depth of this conversation now. Let's talk about your goals and your aspirations. What were they when you met him?
Oh, my goals and my aspirations. So my goals are simple. Our goals are just simple. So I wanted to expand my skincare business, my clothing, and my hair business.
Okay. Not
to just be successful, but to inspire other women to turn their pain into purpose. I'm currently working towards financial freedom and, of course, generational wealth.
Right.
And creating platforms to empower others, especially in the prison community. But people feel like I shouldn't be the one who's inspiring others because they feel like I met him through there. I wasn't really with him before. They think this is fun and games for me. They feel like I'm not in it for real. As far as like my platform, they take me as a joke. But his goals is to grow mentally and spiritually. He talks a lot about his foundation, and he wants to inspire the youth. He wants to be a mentor. He wants to start this clothing brand. It's actually launching in October. He wants his brand to reflect his story, and he's focused on staying grounded, educated, and becoming more of a better man every day.
Wow.
Our goal together is to stay grounded in God and stay 10 toes down for each other and create a life that reflects everything we pray for together, basically.
And you were pretty ambitious before you met him.
Definitely. I've been doing this for some years.
When you guys connected, you were both kind of entrepreneurial minded.
Yes. It was just like magic. It was just like, oh my God, I found somebody that was more on my feet. Young boys my age, we're just getting out of school. We're trying to figure it out. And it's just, I wasn't on that type of time and trying to figure things out together in the beginner entry. I needed someone to teach me things. I was tired of teaching people stuff.
He was doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about your perspectives, because do you find it hard trying to help him with his goals? I guess I should start with, do you help him with his goals?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to answer this because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Not being able to physically support him in a way that I want to. I can definitely encourage him to resources and pray over him and remind him of his purpose, but to be there physically it's hard. He's in an environment where there's distraction and negativity and limitations, then it's hard to carry both weight of our vision. I'm out here trying to chase miles in real time. So I'm helping him stay focused on his.
Yeah. Have you ever had to bring him down to earth and be like, this is not possible? How long has he been down for a while?
Yeah. Oh my, he's been down for 6 years.
Okay.
But yes, plenty of times. It came from a place of love and reality.
Yeah.
But I have to remind him plenty of times who he is and what he's working towards without attacking his character.
Mm-hmm.
Always speak to him like a king, not in chaos, things like that.
Do you like prepare when you have to do it? Because my husband, he gets so offended sometimes because you don't help me or you don't do it and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, it's just so unrealistic. You can't do that.
They don't understand. Try to make it seem like it's just so simple. Like, what?
It's funny, his mom had warned me and she was like, he sometimes is in the clouds a bit and we need to bring him down. He's been incarcerated for so long that he doesn't understand how difficult sometimes things are. But we fight, and we don't fight over anything except for this. This is probably our only fight, and it's always around me not taking his business ideas seriously. So how do you do it?
I literally just told my husband this morning. I said, I think he was talking about another business venture. I said, oh, it's on one of your business ventures again. I'll just write this down. I basically just tell him, I said, whatever you want to do, write it down. You'll do it when you come home, because I'm not adding it onto my list. Okay. I'm not adding it onto my list. Absolutely not.
How does he take it?
He scares me off, and then he'll wait till I come to visitation, and then he know that he got me at visitation because I have no choice but to sit there and listen. And he goes on, and he talks with his hairdressers, and he talk stern with me. I'm like, okay, I got it. And then I just move on. But did you look this up for me? Didn't know. I said I'm not adding it onto my list. So
lucky.
Yeah, he's funny.
I love it. I feel like so many people understand this because so many men incarcerated have all these business ideas and think they can do it all.
Yeah, and they think it's easy, and they think that you can just start it like this and it's going to jump off like that. I said, you don't understand. Business take time, it take money, and it take patience. I don't have the time, the patience, and definitely the money trying to support the other stuff you want and support mine. Then the other things outside of business are personal stuff, my personal stuff.
Yeah, trying to balance. Has he helped you with your goals?
Yeah, he's my peace, my motivation. He's one of my biggest supporters. He believes in me deeply. He holds me accountable. He checks on my progress. He always reminds me of my purpose when I do get overwhelmed sometimes.
Love it. Have you ever had a time where he was actually right after you said it was probably too difficult and he couldn't do it? Has that ever happened?
No.
Really? I get stuck so often. He'll be like, it's really easy. And I'm like, it's not easy. And he's like, just try it. Just give me like
Sometimes
5 minutes.
We really do be in our head, though. We do be in our head. And when we ask to execute it, to go through it, we actually execute it. That's when I know I'm really bigger than who I say that I am. We really can do everything. We doubt ourselves, and we be the reason why things can't get done or don't get done or just don't get done at all, because we stop our own selves.
So true.
Yeah. Everything he says, he's right. Yeah. I ain't gonna let him hear me say that.
Do you ever feel like you're leaving him behind, or while you're pursuing your dreams that you're putting his on pause?
I have. We go on weeks. I get frustrated with one of our businesses, and I be like, okay, it's been times where I try to put myself on a schedule. One day I work on this, one day I work on that. Then there's times where I be like, one week I'll work on mine, and the other week I'll work on his. But either way it goes, you're going to always end up leaving one behind. You can't do two. Yeah. And I tell myself that's why I get overwhelmed. And I be telling him I'm overwhelmed because trying to work on 2 different type of businesses is just crazy. I think I haven't worked on his clothing brand in 2 weeks, and he hasn't asked me. And he knows when I don't mention stuff to him, like, oh, babe, I looked this up, or this is how much this going to be. He knows that I'm overwhelmed, so he doesn't ask me. Because if he know he asked me, I'm going to snap. Then nothing is going to get done.
Okay. Fair. How much of your conversations revolve around businesses?
Every single,
yeah, me too.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
It just don't stop. It does get annoying.
Yeah. I know it gets hard. Sometimes I feel like it's all we're talking about.
Yeah, that's all we're talking about. You don't have nothing else to talk about. He's like, that's all I think about because I don't get into nothing. He don't get into nothing there. He doesn't work at this new camp. He doesn't work. So he'll just go outside and exercise, and then he'll play some dominoes or listen to music, or he'll listen to some podcasts. So then he'll come up with something that he want to talk about as business.
You talked about him being like your motivation and helping you. How does he do that? Does he make challenging you to be bigger and do bolder things?
Yeah, he always does. I always make a to-do list every week or every month. He be like, did you check out this list? He makes me read it out to him. I think he's writing it down because he be like, did you do this? Did you do? He always check my progress, make sure I'm getting it done. He always sending me motivational quotes in the morning. He always let me know I'm this, I'm smart, I'm this. He just put so much affirmations in me. They keep me going. Sometimes it brightens up my day. I know what I'm capable of, but I still need that break. Sometimes you don't want to hear that. You just want to just be silent.
For sure. Do you have visions of combining your businesses together into one?
Absolutely not.
No?
I love that. No.
I love
No, we like different things. I have a skincare business, and he has the clothing and the foundation, so I be asking him questions and he be asking me questions. Like, we're very much curious about each other's business ventures, but we're not interested. I just told him last week I was going to invest in suites at the basketball games, rent out chairs in the arena, and charge my own as a ticket. He's not into that. Then last week he told me that he wants to do like the medical carrier thing. I'm not interested in that. So it's like we have a lot of business ventures separately, but to align them together, that would be no. Absolutely not.
Do you think it's a good idea that people, while they're incarcerated, start businesses and try and develop something while they're incarcerated?
Absolutely, because you never know how life is going to be when you come home. It's just a lot of things going on in the world today, and it's good to just have something of your own, a backup. I'm not saying your business should be your first priority, because you absolutely need some type of resource to continue that business, go back to school, or you need an income, a steady income to support that business until that business is up. It's definitely good to set a foundation, some type of resource, have some type of like structure. You write down what you want and how you're going to do this, how you're going to execute it, how much money do you think you need to start, the equipment, the marketing plan, the business plan. You do need to have that set in stone. So being incarcerated, you have no choice but to sit down and think about it. And I think that's the best time to do it. Instead of when you come out here, everybody do all that stuff last. I feel like to run a business is to do that stuff, to start the right way.
Yeah, I agree. I think it keeps them like on a positive path as well.
Exactly.
My husband right now is selling cakes. He's making cakes and doing this cake business.
I think that is so cool.
Yeah, every night he's making the cakes and then he's selling them, and now he's getting like a customer base and they're coming in and requesting different cakes.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah, he's so excited because we talked about it previously. He has money in his accounts or whatever. He paid for my wedding ring, and I was like,
oh
I haven't taken that money because I'm like, I don't want to take your money. I'm like, I want you to pay for this ring with doing something legit while you're incarcerated. So now he's doing that and he's selling so many cakes, and I'm just like, this is insane. You're making so much money.
Good.
Yeah.
His head was definitely on his shoulders when he decided that, because that is just, that's wonderful. You don't hear too many stories about that at all.
Yeah.
Because people just feel like when you go in there, you're supposed to just sit down and be lazy. But you really got to think outside the box when you're in there. You have to make your time useful and, you know, not just sitting there.
He was struggling because historically he wasn't always the most straight person. Mm-hmm. So trying to do something that was okay and not break, for lack of a better word, and trying to do something.
It's harder to start up.
Yeah, doing something legitimate is hard.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. And watching it grow, the amount of people that keep buying these cakes. Where do you guys get all this money to be spending $10 on a cake? It's insane. But it's happening.
Yeah.
He says they're delicious. I'm not. I know what goes in them. I know the ingredient tag.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. But I'm just happy that doing something good turned out good for him, because a lot of people do get discouraged, and that does come with entrepreneurship, discouraged. Yeah. So I'm just happy that it's actually taken off for him.
Yeah, I know he's lucky, and hopefully he'll be able to pay for the ring. But he's like, also really happy because you gave me a goal. I want to be able to pay for your ring legitimately. And so, yeah, I'm not buying my own engagement ring. And obviously that's a lot more expensive.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is he going to open up his own bakery shop when he comes home? Or?
You know what? So I'm in the baking industry. He's got these slogans and he's got a name already. And I'm like,
oh
no, I
God.
just can't. I don't really want to do that, really. I work in a higher industrial bakery and I definitely don't want to open a small shop. I don't think that it produces enough money. And he seems to think that lots of people are going to want whatever bakery we have will expand and will become like the bunt cake, nothing but cake, but nothing but cake and whatever. He thinks it's just so easy. I'm like, it's not. And bakeries really don't make profit. So
there they go again, thinking it's just so simple and sweet.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 steps.
Oh, you can get a loan. You can do this. It's so easy. I'm like, oh, yeah. So you want me to use up all the money in the loan and then what?
Please don't get me started on the loans and the grants. Oh, my gosh. You need to be applying for grants. It's loans. Listen, please, I don't want to do that. I barely even want to put in applications for the stuff out here.
So you haven't tried?
I tried in the beginning, the grants and the loans, but I haven't been in business for long. A lot of grants, people, they want to see you invest in your business before they invest in yours. I'm currently building up my own business on my own. I probably won't even need it. I have been investing in my own right now.
And for his?
Probably next year.
Has he tried?
Yes, he has. He got his mom. They recently just ran into some, I think last month, because he's been trying to do these programs to give kids grants and stuff for school. He's currently trying to start up a program for inmates that's coming home to have, I think he wants to do a business class, step by step. And at the end of the business class, you get a $3,000 startup money. Yeah. So he wants to do a 6-month class like that. He's been working on that. So he just got some money for that to fund that. I don't know when they're going to start it. He's just in a little zone. Please bother your mama with that because I can't.
Yeah, that's cool that it worked because my husband is working on a program too. He's got this whole Reform Starts With Us thing and wants to make a course on basically self-reflection of these guys and growing so that they become non-criminals and are ready to go into the world not go back to old ways. So he has this whole self-help, self-development course that he's working on. If I tell him that your man got a grant for something, it'd be over.
Jump on it.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to tell him. Like, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to do it.
That's wonderful, though. I like how they have these programs in there that help them out and stuff.
100%. It makes a big difference if I were to go in and be like, hey, you should do this business or you should self-develop or whatever. I feel like they wouldn't take me seriously because they're like, you don't understand us or what we've been through or what kind of traumas we've had. Whereas if a guy who's incarcerated is, hey, I'm working this program, I've developed this program, I feel like it's way more likely for these guys to buy into it.
Yep, because he has a story. Yeah. And everybody loves a story.
You do see there is a lot of success stories of people that after they come out, they really make something of themselves. It started while they were inside. So it does work, but it's time. It's a lot of time. It takes forever. Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently when it comes to you guys and supporting each other's businesses and each other's dreams?
No, not at all. Nope. Because we feel like we're so aligned. Everything is so aligned. We wouldn't change anything. I know I wouldn't. But
I love how also independent you are, and you talk about focusing and making sure that your needs are being met and like your goals are being met because you have these dreams, right? You want them separate from his and stuff. So to you, how do you have your own life and be independent while having this type of relationship? They rely on us a lot for a lot of stuff, and my husband has his family as well, and it sounds like yours has their family, so they are blessed in that regard also. But what does that look like for you to have your own life while being in this type of relationship?
So I had moments where I was like locked into making sure he was good, checking on his needs, showing up consistently. But then one day I just realized I hadn't checked on myself. I wasn't pouring into my business how I used to. I was emotionally drained and I wasn't doing the things that make me happy. I had to remind myself I have a life too. My vision, my healing, and my peace matters just as much. So I just started showing up for myself. I told him, like, hey, like, he used to ask me to do stuff. And one thing I noticed, when you be nice or allow things to happen, sometimes they take it for granted. Not to say he did, but he just knows that every time he asks me to do something, I jump on it. Some days he'll ask me to do stuff. I'll be like, no, I'm doing this. I started taking myself out more. Hey, I can't be on the phone right now. I'm out. That's how our conversations, because we used to talk all the time, the conversations started getting shorter. And then he started respecting, hey, let's just get on the schedule. I'll call you at this time. I'll call you here. I'll call you there. I know you're busy at this time, but you better answer this. It started to be a respectful thing, because he seen me crash out one time. They were on each other like 7 times a day to 3 or 2 times a day.
Did you have that conversation, or it just adjusted to that?
We definitely had that conversation.
Okay.
I'm such a people pleaser, and sometimes I hate that about myself. Like, I know that he's in there, and I know he doesn't have no one to talk to. So when he does call me, I used to drop everything to talk. But I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do. I wasn't taking care of my responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, like, I can't be available all the time to you. You're going to have to find you something to do in there or something extra.
He handled it well?
Yeah. Yeah, he handled it very well. Yeah, he handled it pretty well.
That's good. So what would you say to those women who feel like they're losing themselves in the relationship?
I would tell them to start checking in with themselves, to do what they love, what make them feel alive, fulfill, or reconnect with their passion, especially reconnect with the ones around them, because sometimes when we get in relationships, we like to be my man, but we don't never be available to our friends who want to spend time with us. Reconnect with our peace. Make time for things that you used to like to do, because we do lose ourselves with these men in prison.
100%.
And it's hard.
I found myself feeling like I've lost myself too, and doing so much for him. There's so many things around him. I feel there's a million things that he needs done all the time. For a man who's incarcerated, there's so much going on, from his case to his social media, to his businesses, all these things. It just feels like it's all encompassing.
Oh my gosh, I just made him a social media page, and I told him I'm going to delete it. I actually deactivated it because he's calling me, oh, who added me on Facebook? What this? I don't even check my own social media. I be on my business page. Oh my God.
I know.
Irritating. I don't want to feel like they being left out, and I get it, but come on, man.
Yeah. How have you found your own? You spoke on finding your peace, and what did that look like for you? What examples could you give of?
I actually started going to therapy.
Oh, cool.
I started praying more. I ended up going back to church. I prayed more. I started learning how to say no more, because if like your mental is not okay, you can't do nothing if your mental isn't okay. My mental was like was drained. It felt like I was alive, but I wasn't alive. I was just doing. And I'm too young. I'm 25. I'm too young to be feeling like that.
Yeah. How do you feel now at work?
Yes, I'm more active now. Right now, I'm back at home. I'll usually be in the bed working on our businesses or sleep. I've been out every day. I make sure I go check up on old friends. They check up on me. Even when I don't want to go out, I'll still get up, put on clothes, go out, end up enjoying it, and then I come home, talk to him, and then that be that. So
yeah,
I just started trying to go back into my old ways.
I feel like when I started trying to focus on myself a little bit more and making sure that things that I used to do, like you said, I started doing again. I used to work out consistently. I used to do a lot of hot yoga. There was so many things that I used to reading and whatnot, and I feel like it just got dropped off because of the time. But I feel like I started back on it and making it more priority of taking care of my health and my mental game, I feel more productive. I feel like I can accomplish more.
Do you use a timer? or because with us, we feel like it's not enough time in the day. And sometimes I be like, oh my gosh, I know I have to go to sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep because it's so much stuff I got to get done.
Yeah.
Do like you use a timer? Do like you do time management?
It's hard for me to do the time management because of the job that I'm in. I don't work like a standard 9 to 5 because I manage people. Sometimes it's a 12-hour day, sometimes it's a 6-hour day. It depends on what's going on and how it's working. I really only know that day how many problems I'm gonna run into and have to solve. But when I come home, I know the order of events that I want to do, and I know that I have a certain amount of time to do it. On my drive home, I'll think, okay, so a workout between 3 and 3:45. He's gonna call at 4, and while he calls me at 4, I'm gonna make dinner, and then we're gonna walk the dog. We walk the dog together. So then we'll walk the dog together. Then his phones will go down for count. Well, his phones are down for count. I'll do my reading for the day and make sure I read some kind of self-help book or whatever. And then after, we'll talk again on the phone. Then after that, I'll work on the podcast or whatever. That's one piece. I prioritize it step by step and give myself a certain amount of time around his phone calls. It still is around his phone calls. And I try and multitask, as in I don't sit on the couch talking to him on the phone. If I'm on the phone with him, I'm either walking the dog or I'm cooking or I'm cleaning or I'm driving. I'm always doing something else at the same time because I cannot waste time in the day just sitting. My TV is never on, ever. I don't turn on the TV
Mine
ever.
ain't either.
The other thing that is a blessing for me is I have other businesses, but with the podcast specifically, it's a lot of work. Having AJ there as my partner in this is a game changer. For example, right now she's busy. She's got a wedding to go to. She's got her family in town. She's got a lot of things going on. So then I can take, because I don't right now. So I can take on the bulk of what needs to get done. And then it'll be vice versa. I'll message her and I'll be like, I'm so stressed. All these things, all these employees quit. I got all these things in my personal life are too much. And then she'll be like, okay, what do you need? Give me the list of things that you can't do for us and I will do them. So we balance out really well. So I'm lucky to have someone not incarcerated who can help with.
See, I think that's what I need. I need a partner, someone not incarcerated.
Yeah. And the same, I think we're really blessed in that we work really well together. And even when we disagree, we manage to communicate our way out of it. We're also like, leave our egos at the door. We both want this to succeed. We both have goals of this to succeed in a way that we can help people. And our goals align on what we want out of this. So we're passionate about making it there together. And I really could not recommend it enough. Having someone that you trust, that has the same vision, that has the same goals, and wants to succeed in the same manner as you do, I highly recommend finding a partner because it makes a world of a difference.
It's great. It's great that you guys are
still dealing with everything else is hard. Just recently, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to get back. I need to prioritize.
Yeah.
And we're closing out the season now, like at the end of June, and we both really needed it. We were like, this is too much work. It's too many hours on top of social life, on top of work life. This is not paid. We're not doing this for money. It's too big.
Yeah.
That we need a break.
Yeah.
For the summer. It's like enough.
A break is definitely needed.
Yeah. What would you say is something you're most proud of? You're very young to have such a mature view of life. What is something that you're most proud of right now so far that you've accomplished?
That I stay true to myself while loving someone in a situation most people wouldn't understand. I never folded under pressure. I didn't let other people's opinions break me, and I didn't lose myself in the process. I learned how to balance love, business, and personal growth. I done it with so much grace, even on the most hardest days, because we all have hard days. I'm really standing next to him on one of his toughest times. Letting it make me bitter. It actually made me stronger as a woman. It made me softer. And I'm more grounded on who I am. I'm just proud of the foundation.
I think the last question to wrap this up would be, what is one piece of advice that you would give to someone who's starting a journey with someone who's incarcerated?
Oh my gosh. So the piece of advice I would give is definitely know your why. And when you know your why, you need to stand on it, because loving someone incarcerated isn't easy, and it's It's not for the weak. You have to stay grounded in your reason for choose this type of love while he's in his situation. Because there would be days where the distance, the judgment, and the emotional weight gets heavy. But once you know your why, everything else is going to go away. Your why is rooted in something real.
I love that.
That's the advice I would give.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like from what I've seen, people that have succeeded, it's really exactly what you said, the why, and having that depth of connection and more. It's not your standard relationship. If you want to survive it, it needs to be more than just regular what it would be like out here. You definitely have to have a shared purpose. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Would you want to shout out anything, any of your businesses or any of his?
Sure. Yes. So if you guys can, please support Mahogany Skincare and Beauty Bar. It's Mahogany Skincare on Instagram, and also up and coming clothing business. It's called Rich Flaws Apparel. And it's Rich Flaws Apparel _ on Instagram as well.
Ooh, awesome. Thank you so much again. I'm so looking forward to watch your businesses grow because, like I said, we're in it. You know, I relate to so much.
We're in it.
Of what you're saying.
Gosh, we're in it.
It'll be fun to see how we get there, but we'll keep going.
Yes, and thank you so much for this interview. I really do appreciate it. I really love speaking on this topic because it's a lot of people who just doesn't understand.
We get so many comments and message DMs of people saying thank you for doing this, and I've felt so alone before. I needed this kind of podcast, I needed this kind of platform. So we're just really grateful that people are receptive because we needed it. AJ and I needed it. But thank you again. Like I said, I appreciate it. We look forward to seeing what's next for you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
And you have a wonderful day.
You too.
You too.
Bye.